To welcome it. Now, the question that I want us to answer right now is, I mean, a lot of Nigerians will want to know how a man who was a former governor for 8 years, a member of the People's Democratic Party until the very last minute, after probably he projected that he might not really be able to clinch the ticket of the party, defected from a one-time ruling party in Nigeria to the Labour Party. I think about a few weeks before, after the primary election held in the PDP, is now talking about elite capture. Is he by any means trying to dissociate himself from the same elite group that he's been part of actively for so many years now? We need clarification before we even start to talk about other issues.
Okay, thank you very much. When you say being a part of, I would love to say that my principal, by way of antecedents, have shown that he's not a part of that elite capture. And I'll say to you that we are all aware that Peter B began his political adventure under the ABGA party, where he did magnificently well in terms of cutting down costs, in terms of reviving the educational and health sector of the state. It is on record that the rate of poverty in the state dropped by well over between 14 and 19%. Now, it's also on record that Peter Obi was the only governor who did not leave the state in the deficit based on his promise to an Nigerians that a certain percentage of whatever he receives will be saved. And thereafter that, because of his respect for the then president, Goodluck Jonathan, he was invited to the People's Democratic Party to help serve the nation in the economic platform of the nation. And we can see his input there with the likes of Okonjo-Iweala, and we were able to have one of the biggest economy in Africa, the largest economy in Africa as at then. Now, let me also say that it's on record that while he was governor, and in that team, he was among the few persons who advocated for a need for the federation to save rather than spend. But he was not the captain of the boat, number one. Number two, P2B could only play an advisory role, and we saw the way the deposition of so many other governors that led to the frivolous spending of our national resources, and that has largely deepened the crisis that we have as a country. Now, like I was talking to my brother earlier on before we came on air, it is very important that in Nigeria political structure you must run on the platform of a party. But I would love to take reference from the biblical scripture of the person Moses. The fact that Moses grew in the house of Pharaoh didn't make him a part of the Egyptians. And we can see how that story turned out. And I know that irrespective of P2B's involvement in politics, he has just somehow found a way to maintain his sanity and his integrity. And that's one of the reasons I love the man for. Thank you.
Okay, now you've been able to highlight some of the achievements that your principal was able to implement when he was governor of Anambra State at that time. But the question I asked is, he is talking about elite capture, meaning that a select group of Nigerians who are in the elite group are right now putting the country under some sort of what you would want to call holding the country hostage, according to him. That's the interpretation of elite capture. Now, he's been part of this same group for years, regardless of what he was able to achieve, whether he played advisory role or not. You cannot take away the fact that it was part of the group. Why is he now making it seem as if he's a saint and has never been part of them and is coming with a clean slate and is coming to offer something totally different? Is there anything different about Peter Obi right now because he's running under the platform, on the platform rather, of the Labour Party?
Now, Peter Obi, I'll say it again, was never and is never part of that elite group. Now, the elite group, Aisha Buhari, wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has been heard over and over say that there were certain cabals that hijacked the government. Now, when you say part of this elite group are a set of people who have continually micked the nation, used their position meant to better the life of Nigerians for their own personal gain, and I need us to capture that. Now, Peter Obi has not in any way used his position for personal gain. Now, by virtue of his rising through the ranks as a businessman, successful, he would naturally and eventually ventured into politics. Yes, he would have one or two relations with these people, but this is a man who has maintained his stand on prudence, competence, and integrity. And for me, that's something that every Nigeria should take cue for. Like I was saying to my brother again, while we were just getting to know ourselves, I said to him, in my over 4 decades on earth, I have never been actively involved in politics. I have never been inspired like I am today. And I'm a pastor. I'm supposed to just stay behind the corridors of my ministry and just say, okay, it stops there. But I am coming out to the fore to tell people that for me, I believe that there is hope for Nigeria, because the politics in Nigeria is such that if they have a debt on you, for Peter Obi to come out and say his colleagues, let me put it that way, are responsible for the predicament of the country. And up till now, nobody has been able to say, hey, you are a part of us. You did this, you did that, you did that. And in Nigeria, at every slightest opportunity, they would have a debt on you. And I'm very sure that this man has maintained it. Someone who said over 6 months ago, I received over 500 billion as governor. If you can show me a percentage, as much as 1%, where that money was misappropriated or came into my personal coffers, I will cease from this bid to become the president or to foster the change and the transformation of Nigeria. And 6 months down the line, there's nobody. Nothing has been said.